Hello, Taurus. This is going to be your reading for the month of November. Right away, I'm not going to lie, I got some kind of strange messages for Tauruses. How do I phrase this? There could be something that you're very focused on right now, okay? And that's a good thing, Taurus, but make sure that you're focused on something that's going to benefit you. Yeah, it's like you're watching something. You're very focused. I'm telling you, this is the Ten of Pentacles. This is the watching card. It's focused, okay? And it's okay to be focused, but you also need to understand, like, just make sure whatever you're focusing on is also focused on you, because otherwise it's very unrequited. And I don't know why some people find that to be like a turn on. Not for me. Yeah, they're not for me. That's like the... why would you want to be around somebody who doesn't want you around, or who has given off a vibe like they want to check you on your attitude or on your education or on your livelihood, your lifestyle? Like, I have no clue why that would be the choice of company that you would keep. I'm not judging, okay, like I said, but I'm just saying for this particular situation, there's something about your focus needing to be non-judgmental in a specific way of someone else's happiness. Perhaps the fact that they're going to be happy no matter what. It's almost like, some of us have strong opinions about specific things. Enrolling to go to war, like, enlisting. That's an example, right? This would be a good example for this. It's like you're watching somebody trying to prevent them from enlisting or prevent them from doing something that, in your opinion, would not serve their life, right? Or that has not served their life thus far. All right. I'm going to stop right there. This is justice in reverse. Yeah, there's something like it's like the enlistment would have been justice for this person, but because of something that you've done, Taurus, and I'm not trying to like point fingers, but I am getting that this is your energy. It's like you've been way too focused on something to the point where you're not really judging someone's happiness anymore. You're judging what you see, what they appear to be. That's what the Queen of Wands is. She's very attractive. She's very vivacious. She's very enigmatic. All those things, right? A lot of integrity, but she's a go-getter. So it's almost like you're not allowing someone enough space to breathe. You gotta I'll give you another example, a completely different one. But it's kind of like when you're a parent and your child gets to the point where they want to go out in the world and explore and experience new things and be free of your parental scrutiny. If you don't let them do that, they will do it anyway behind your back. When you violate someone's privacy, they then have a reason to try to keep a secret from you. That's just the way it goes. Okay? That's the way it goes. Defenses go up and secrets start coming to the surface, whether you know it or not. And you may very well know exactly what it is that you're looking at. This is maybe just not something that is worth investing your time in, is what I'm saying. Like, you can start this, but it's going to end up like that. I'm hearing don't start no stuff, won't be no stuff, okay? That's kind of what this is. It's like you no offense, Taurus, but you kind of need to back off. back off, like get out, have that get out moment where, you know, the camera snaps and then you can finally see like what kind of an era you were living in. You were wearing bell bottoms and pirate shirts with the, you know, the big shoulder pads, and like there were some fashion choices that were not actually that cute. And you don't know that until you see yourself. Okay? That's what's being offered. That's what's about to hit you in the noggin if you haven't already understood that. This is going to be a solo dolo journey, not because you chose for it to be, but because other people have made it a necessity at this point. You don't get to watch other people. Focus on yourself. Do actions and offer yourself the emotion that you need instead of scrutinizing other people so closely. Like, it's actually giving, like, yeah, like low key, there's like a naked child on this card. It's like, would you really want people to know that you were just staring that hard at a naked child? Trying to make sure that their happiness does not look the way that they want it to? Because that's kind of like, there's something creepy about this, and it's either someone towards you, Taurus, or you towards somebody. Okay? And whatever body of work it is that you're scrutinizing, you kind of like don't have a right. That's the energy that's coming from these cards. I'm sorry. Don't shoot the messenger. Everything is coming together. You do not have the right to prevent someone else. Like, you don't get to start some shit and then be like, oh, well, this person finished it and I'm just so hurt. Like, okay. I literally don't think anybody cares at this point. If you're looking, look at this happiness just came out again. If you're looking at someone else's happiness, you're staring at it to the point where they can't move, they can't make decisions, they can't do anything privately, secretly, under the radar. I mean, literally, this is like having someone go to the bathroom with you. You know, when you're in trouble and you're in a halfway house, that's when people follow you in the bathroom and want to look at you peeing and pooping or vomiting or whatever you're going to do. Right? It's that kind of like intrusion. You maybe overstepped a line in the sand. Yeah, no offense, Taurus, but this is you coming out in your own reading. You are out of sorts in some way, and I'm just gonna give you advice. Not that you asked me for it, but you know, it's my opinion. I'm gonna share it. I think you should just let it go. I'm gonna share that advice. Let it go. Like, literally stop watching, stop paying attention to, reclaim your power. Because you are like, when you're like, literally, if I was to look at my cat like this all day long and try to observe every little thing about her and every way she moves, if her tail twitches this way or that way, I would be preoccupied all day long. She's a human like project for me at that point. You know, like, it's a human preoccupation with her species, not the other way around. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It isn't her fault that I'm staring at her this hard. And it's not my fault that she would follow me around or stare at me like that. When it's genuine, that's one thing. But if it's not love, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? If it's love, yes. A certain amount of effort, action, and interest is expected. However, love is patient, love is kind, I think is how it goes. Yeah, it is not kind to try to deter somebody from their path. You can give them your opinion and you can tell them why you feel that way. I don't think you should enlist because they don't have emotional support animals. That's not true, but I'm just giving you an example. If the love is there and it's necessary, if there's an actual connection and bond, that's one thing. But if it's a predatory, my species is looking at your species is looking at, I mean, like, that's questionable. There's the water in the upright. That's what I mean. If this love is coming from a genuinely emotional place, you might be dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Kudos to you, touche. Right? Encore. There's the fire. There's the passion, the love, and the water. It's very steamy. Very steamy. Very steamy. However, this is not something that just comes out of nowhere. You have not had boundaries. You need to go ahead and instill some boundaries in this steamy situation, because it could be steamy in an unrequited way. I'm just trying to say, like, please, I'm literally begging you, please come to your senses, because this does not make sense. Why all this steamy energy without any boundaries is coming out? If you're in a monogamous situation, which I'm being told is the key to the situation, then that's the key to, you see how these keys kind of both look similar? Those fit together. The ones, what is this? Dishonesty. Yeah, truthfully, once you set boundaries, you can have the key to whatever you want. But until you set those boundaries, you're not going to have anything worth investing in. You might literally have a key to something like a car. But honestly, if we all closed our eyes, would we give a damn what kind of car we were in, as long as it got us from point A to point B? You think blind people care what your Maserati looks like? No. There's no love at first sight there. No offense to anybody who experiences blindness. It's an example of, like, you need to have a boundary. Maybe the person who is blind does not know how attractive they are becoming, right? That's not their fault that they're attractive. You're the one that can see with your eyes and are staring at them, having steamy thoughts. Okay? Don't be Helen Keller to the BS. Go look at the Kelly Blue Book price of things before you just headlong jump in. It isn't always what it seems. Love at first sight is not a thing for everybody. Some people don't, they don't get down like that. I also want to just say really quickly, I'm going to show you this card, but I also just want to say really quickly that this is no secret. People know what they're doing. They're not blind, they're not deaf, when they're not dumb to your bullshit. Even if they may experience one of those attributes or demographics, or all of them at the same time. Or all of them at the same time. All of it can happen all of a sudden. These are not mutually exclusive, no matter how much people want you to believe that they are. This could be the boundary that you need to set in your relationship. Stop being so silent about it. These are the secrets. Because one person can't stop going through the other person's phone. Because they need to come steal your computer and go through it. Because they just have sticky fingers to the point where anything that they see, they think that they can have. Physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually, or otherwise. These are the secrets that need to come out. Like, come on out the closet, bruh. I'm not going to keep your secret for you anymore. I've been doing that. They're now gatekeepers. I feel like gatekeepers are just quitting. Just like, no, I'm not going to stand for this. There was no boundary in the first place, so why am I called a gatekeeper? It's like having someone that's called a greeter. Like, that's your job title, right? And your customer service sucks. What is that? What is that exactly? You're called a greeter, but your customer service sucks? It doesn't make ergonomical sense. It doesn't make anybody comfortable, I don't think. You can pretend like it does. I hear people slamming doors and stomping around and screaming at the top of their good. If you're not upset by this, by the fact that someone's boundaries are being, whether it's yours or someone else's, you do have a problem. Yeah, there's no compass there. You don't have direction in life. There's really no, like, you can go in this loop-de-loop forever if you want. It's never going to give you the right direction because you're magnetically not attracting anything to you like that. You've taken the magnet off of someone else's fridge and thrown it in the sink, which is fine, but you didn't ask permission to do that either, did you? That's that boundaries thing. You don't get to tell people how to live their life, where to enlist, what to enlist in. Could be Schindler's List for all you know. Yeah, there's wide open. Number 42. Like I said, it could have been Schindler's List. And maybe you don't really want to go through that. That's not something you're strongly going to invest in. Maybe your wits have already been hurt enough. Like it's, yeah, you're concentrating too hard. That's what camps do. Concentration. When you go to band camp or summer camp, they want you to focus on family camp. Okay? You're going to be focused on an instrument, your family members, or some type of recreational sport. Most of the time. Or maybe you just do arts and crafts the whole entire time. Could be more of a Waldorf experience. Who knows? Oh, yeah, we actually do know. This is the golden palace with the strength. You would prefer this. You know how strength was in the reverse? Yeah, that's what I mean. Some gatekeepers are just going to quit. Like, why I'm doing things that are above my pay grade because I want to, because I thought it was going to be productive for all humans, people, humanity. But if that's not the case, then we don't even need to breathe life into anything. That's the truth. You don't need useless things coming to life. Like, idle hands are the devil's playground. An idle mind is way more damaging than you would assume. A great mass of ignorant people is one of the most terrifying things you could ever see in your life. Just mass ignorance. Stormfield, number 9. Yep, no, I don't think you want to go down that road. Taurus, I don't know what this is. There's deep freeze in the reverse. I was singing Elsa Let It Go at the beginning of this reading. I feel like you're not trying to let it go. I feel like you're not going to let it go. I don't know why you're being stubborn, but it's not going to come to life, whatever it is that you're. trying to hold on to you so hard, it's almost like the more you try to hold on to it, the more violently it's going to kick back at you. A honeybee will sting you when you threaten its life, but it also puts its own life on the line to save itself. It's got one stinger. Better use it wisely.